Mechanical properties of nanomaterials. Properties of solids such as hardness, plasticity have long been known to vary with grain size. As the particle size decreases, hardness and plasticity of the material hardness of the material increases and resistance to plastic deformation decreases. As the materials become strong when the particle size is decreased. For example, down to micrometer size grains, the resistance to plastic deformation increases. In permanent, the resistance to permanent deformation increases with decreasing particle size or grain size. However, as the grain size is reduced still further from micrometer, we are decreasing the grain size still further, then what happens? The resistance levels off. First this resistance increases, then this resistance increase becomes slow, or even this resistance to plastic deformation may decrease for very small particle size. The effect has been attributed to a different mechanism for plastic deformation in nano-sized grains. In the bulk material, plastic deformation mechanism is different from the nano-sized material. In nano-sized material, there is specific plastic deformation mechanism. In larger crystal, deformation is mainly governed by movement of dislocation in the crystal. In larger crystals or bulk material, how deformation takes place? The dislocations, imperfections in the crystal, they move when the pressure is applied, when the stress is applied, and due to this dislocation, movement of the defects and dislocation, the permanent deformation in the crystal takes place. But in nano-sized grain, the mechanism of deformation is different. Such movements are inhibited by grain boundaries. The movement of dislocations are inhibited by the boundaries of the particles. Boundaries of the particle resist the plastic deformation. As the grain size is reduced, the ratio of grain boundary to bulk grain increases, and so deformation becomes harder. When the particle size is decreased, surface area increases. Grain boundary due to increase in surface area, grain boundary to bulk grain increases, and so deformation become harder because this grain boundary is large in size, and this grain boundary show resistance to permanent deformation. So that is why the permanent deformation is reduced. Eventually, as the grain size reaches up to 5 to 30 nanometer, movement of dislocation become negligible. As the particle size is small, there are less number of dislocations, and dislocation movement is negligible in this nanometer particle. But deformation through atom sliding along grain boundaries become favorable. Up to this level, what type of dislocation takes place? What type of deformation takes place? The deformation takes place through atoms. The atoms slide along grain boundaries, and this condition become favorable, and due to this sliding of atom along grain boundaries, permanent deformation in the material takes place. This latter mechanism is added by a large ratio of boundary to bulk grain, and so softening increases as the grain size is reduced. We have already studied that the nanomaterials have high surface area, so there is a large ratio of boundary of the nanomaterial to bulk grain, and so softening increases as the grain size is reduced. Softening increases due to this atom sliding, and due to this atom sliding, permanent deformation takes place and softness increases. Another property of the nanomaterial is melting. Nanocrystals show melting temperature depression. The melting point of nanocrystal is low as compared to the bulk materials, and when the particle size is decreased, melting point is decreased. Melting point depression with decreasing size of particle. Melting of nanocrystal can be observed in transmission electron microscope, and gold nanocrystals have been found to melt at 300 Kelvin compared with a melting temperature of 1338 Kelvin for elemental gold in bulk. Bulk gold has very high melting point, but nanoclusters of gold have very low melting point. What happens when the bulk material is converted into nano-size material? What happens with the surface energy? Surface energy of bulk material is small, and when it is converted into nanomaterial, surface energy increases. So surface energy become an increasing factor as the size of crystal becomes smaller. As the crystal becomes small, the surface energy of the crystal increases as the surface area is increased, and due to high surface area, the surface energy is increased, and we'll study later about the surface energy in detail, why surface energy increases when particle size decrease. Thermodynamic predicts a lowering of melting temperature if the surface energy of the solid is higher than that of the liquid. The reason why lowering of melting point takes place, the reason is from thermodynamics. Thermodynamics can explain the reason of lowering of melting point. As the surface energy of solid is high, so solid melts into liquid, and liquid has low surface energy. High activity of nanomaterials. Why nanomaterials are more active as compared to the bulk material? They are highly reactive. Atoms at the surface usually possesses dangling bond. The dangling bond are unsatisfied bond. Unsatisfied bonds which are present on the surface of every material. Dangling bonds are unsaturated, unsatisfied, often bear a partial electric charge, and they increase the energy of the surface. Due to these dangling bond or unsatisfied bond, the surface energy of the material is increased, and of the whole material increase of the surface energy uh, and of the whole material by an amount equal to lambda is equal to mdv phi by 2. Dangling bonds in this equation which we have studied, lambda is the surface energy and dV is the surface density of the dangling bonds, and phi is the energy of the bond. The surface energy increases with density of dangling bonds, which is determined by the composition of the surface, also by its roughness and curvature. As the number of dangling bond is high, the surface energy of the material will also be high. Then the density of dangling bond is determined by composition of the surface. What are different types of atoms which are present on the surface? Because different types of atoms have different number of dangling bonds, and also by roughness and curvature, because due to roughness and curvature the surface area is increased, and due to increased surface area there will be more dangling bonds and then more surface energy. Or rough surfaces, curvature surfaces has high surface energy due to more number of dangling bonds. Different crystal faces have different number of dangling bonds, which expose different densities or types of atoms will have different amounts and kinds of dangling bonds, and thus different surface energies. Because different surfaces have different dangling bonds, then surface energy of different materials will be different, and this surface energy will affect the chemical and physical properties of the crystal, their function and their ultimate usefulness in nanotechnology. So this surface energy is very important because the function and usefulness depend on of nanomaterial depend on this surface energy. Nature like to reduce the free energy. This means to reduce surface energy, dangling bonds need to react. as a nanoparticles. Why nanoparticles have more number of dangling bonds as compared to the bulk material? Because the nanoparticles have very high surface area, and on this high surface area there will be more number of dangling bonds, and due to this the surface energy of the nanomaterials will be very high. But it is natural that the every material tend to reduce its surface energy. And how it will reduce its surface energy? By the reaction with other types of atoms. Because due to this reaction, the dangling bonds will be satisfied. And in this way, surface energy of the material will be reduced. So to reduce surface energy, dangling bond need to react, and due to this reason, the nanomaterials are highly active because they want to reduce their surface energy, and to reduce their surface energy, they will react with the other substances. While a chemist might instead want to use them and substrates for surface reaction. And this reaction, a chemist can use this type of reaction. For example, the nanomaterials can be used as catalyst because they are highly active. A surface with higher energy is more reactive and is more prone to reduce its own energy by interacting with the environment. So it will react with the subspecies present in the environment, and it will reduce its surface energy. So a material with high surface energy is more reactive. So nanomaterials are the materials with high surface energy, so they are more active as compared to the bulk material. Impurities readily absorb on the surface. Why impurities readily absorb on the surface of nanomaterial? Because nanomaterials are very active. They will react with the impurities, and impurities will be absorbed on the surface of the nanomaterial and often segregated there because they can compensate dangling bonds and thus reduce the surface energy. This fact alone has phenomenal repercussion in solid state synthesis and imparts greatly in the fields like catalysis, fuel cells, batteries, chemical sensing, selectivity and paramount. Where high surface reactivity is needed, so due to this high activity of nanomaterials, they are used in different fields